Oh my God, did I fall asleep at the helm? As the St. Lawrence River began opening up towards the Sargasso Sea into the North Atlantic Ocean, my dreams became nightmares and I started to fear that big nasty ocean. On September 4th, I got really scared. We've been at this journey for probably 3 weeks now, 2.5 weeks, something like that. And we finally reached open water and from here the mouth of the St. Lawrence just gets wider and wider. Pretty soon she's going to spit us out into the ocean. Sailor fans. So, how's the trip been going so far? I would say to our friends back home in Port Colborne, Lake Erie and the Great Lakes, yeah, going out the St. Lawrence is definitely the long way and the hard way. One of the things you don't think about when you're sitting in your cushy living room is how much further north you have to go to get around the top of the Maritimes and the top of the Appalachian Mountains Celsius. So the water's cold. So when the water is cold and you're further north and you have less sun, like right now I'm in 3 sweaters and all my Fowley gear, and it's September. Like it's September 7th, I think. At the mouth of the St. Lawrence River, it becomes really sort of wild land. Not a lot of civilization, so not a lot of harbor, not a lot of safe harbor, not a lot of safe places to go to hide from the waves. Sometimes you have miles and miles and miles and miles of nothing but forest and abandoned coast, which, although it's really, really pretty, it doesn't offer you any safety when the weather gets nasty. You can hear me repeating the words safe and safety and safe harbor over and over again. One of the silly things I did is at this time I changed my title from the captain of the vessel to the head chicken in charge. The North Atlantic Ocean can be nasty, scary, and can kill us. And my respect/fear really started to come to the surface. These are 20 and 30 foot waves in the North Atlantic Ocean. Something that I never want to see from the deck of my boat. Just because my boat can take it doesn't mean that I want to. As a Great Lakes sailor, we have the common sense not to go sailing when the weather's really, really nasty. We make sure that our yachts are safely tied up at our docks, behind a breakwall, and a safe harbor, and we just don't go out and get our asses kicked by nasty weather. But when you're sailing in the North Atlantic Ocean, sometimes there is no safe harbor, and you're about to take what Mother has to give. It's kind of funny, but as the water we were sailing in turned from fresh water into salt water, there was also a saltiness to the air, and that's the day that I began to panic. I had a day of fear, where the fear began to overwhelm me and I could taste it in the back of my throat. The smell and taste of the salty air got interpreted by my brain as pure fear. And it is wrong 50% of the time. It's wrong a lot. Maybe if we're out there sailing in nasty conditions, maybe I don't want to take what Mother has to give. Maybe I want to hide. Maybe I want safe harbor. Maybe I want to get out of it. And what if I can't? Then what are we going to do? So you go back to that stuff that you remember reading in books. What do you do when the weather gets really, really nasty? Oh yeah, that's right. I deploy a drogue anchor, and I set my storm sail, and I just run with the wind. Keep the waves perpendicular to the axis of the boat, keep them behind, don't let them surf you, and just let the wind take you wherever it wants. Since September 4th, 2018 was my day of fear, my day of terror, where I got scared and began to realize, oh my God, what are we going to have to face here? I became really highly motivated that day to finish making the bridle harness for our drogue anchor to get it mounted to the boat and ready to go. That would be my defense. That's what would protect us for when it got nasty. Because now the possibility of having to face nasty conditions suddenly became real for me. So you can think of the drogue anchor as being like a bucket of water you drag behind the boat. But in our case, our gale rider is a webbed harness with holes in it that opens up with a mouth about 4 feet across. So once you deploy the drogue out the back of the boat, you aim the boat to run downwind with the waves behind running the same direction as the waves. To maintain some control, you deploy a very small storm jib just so the boat will steer, and it holds the nose going with the direction of the wind. The drogue anchor resists the movement of the boat and makes sure that the axis of the boat is perpendicular. The drogue anchor is pulling back on the motion of the boat between 500 and 750 pounds of force, so you need to distribute that with a bridle harness to make sure you evenly grab both sides and keep steering straight. So on my day of fear, September 4th, when I was getting scared, this little project of building the bridle harness for the drogue anchor suddenly became the top of my list. You can see that I put swimming pool floats on it because we wouldn't want to risk the bridle harness getting tangled in the propeller or in the rudder. So you can see the way that I designed the harness for WildChild is that there's a rubber hose protecting the rope from chafing on the davits. It comes through the eye loops on the side and then goes around the back cleats, thus effectively grabbing the stern of the boat. Well, I guess I was suddenly filled with terrifying images like this. Well, the danger is not so much a giant wave, but it has to do with the peak-to-peak distance between the waves and the height of the waves relative to the length and height of your boat. When you get your boat into waves that have a peak-to-peak wavelength about equal to the length of your boat, and the wave height is equal to about between 1/4 and 1/2 the length of your boat, that's very, very bad for your boat. The danger, the most terrifying thing, the thing that started keeping me awake at night and filled me with dread, is surfing. WildChild's a 40-foot sailboat, and I've never surfed her before, but I've surfed a kayak before, and it goes very bad, very fast. The danger is that you'll pitch pole. So the danger is, if the bow of your boat begins to bury itself in the trough at the base of the next wave, the bow slows down, the wave keeps pushing the stern of the boat forward, and the boat pitch poles, and it flips upside down. This is going to happen very fast, and it is the absolute worst moment for any sailboat ever. The drogue anchor prevents this from happening by slowing the boat down and making the waves move faster than the boat, so they pass harmlessly underneath. Coming out the St. Lawrence River towards the North Atlantic Ocean, we were starting to hit periods where we had no safe harbor. There would be no place to hide, and I began to fear, if there's no safe harbor and Mom gets nasty, oh my goodness, is that ever going to suck? And I really, really don't want to go through that. I'm a fair weather sailor. I'm a coastal sailor. I want to have a nice time, not a scary time. I'm not one of those crazy buggers that does the Vendée Globe races. And a month later, off the southern coast of Nova Scotia, we started to hit nasty conditions that really made me afraid.
Well, Lexi is still below, trying to recuperate.
Why is it that every YouTube video that you see on sailing tells you how wonderful, lovely, pleasant, sunshine and fun it is? Why doesn't anybody ever talk about how scary it can be? Talk about the emotions, the feeling, the fear, the taste of it, the sounds of it.
Avoid that nonsense of 20, 25, and the wave are building. We are now sometimes 10 feet high, and we don't see it on the camera. And each time you hear that on YouTube, but you should see the monster wave now building. crazy. So, yeah, I just want to share that with you.